Hey guys, welcome to another edition of What We're Watching. Let's call it What We're Watching. That sounds like a good name. Do you guys agree? We're talking about Miss Marvel. This is week 2 of Miss Marvel, and I kind of grew a little bit fonder of the show this week. I really enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first episode. So I think it was a good episode. To be honest, I love seeing her train and learning how to use her powers. It gave me like a Shazam vibe. How about you, Josh? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think we got a really good homage there with her training. We got a little more introduction into her powers. There were quite a few Easter eggs and things that I pulled as I was watching the show that I've got for us. There's that QR code again, like we had in the first episode. About 3 minutes into the show, her and Bruno are walking down the hallway, and there's a QR code on a poster in the hallway, and it leads you to Miss Marvel issue 15, which is interesting because issue 15 is where they introduced Cameron, and we got Cameron introduced this week in the show.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this show quite a bit. I think with this episode, we really do get to see her kind of start to develop her powers and become more involved in this. We get to see the world starting to open up around her. You get the damage control coming in to start really investigate what is going on with her as well, and the world around her. It's just you're really starting to see her world kind of open up, and I think it's really starting to make it more interesting. On top of that, you're getting to see her family dynamics and just where her powers might be coming from. You're starting to get a hint of that as well.
Yeah, and the family dynamic this week was nice, Chris. Also, they laid heavily into her her religion and her background and all in this week's episode, and I thought that was really interesting to see.
Right. And that was, I wasn't going to say that's my favorite scene, but it's a really great scene when they're in the mosque during the guy's sermon, and the girls are talking, and they kind of pan around. You see some other girls back there taking selfies and stuff. So you can see, it's not that serious as what people sometimes think, that they're actually still human beings and they're doing the normal teenage things back there. And of course, um, leave it to Kamala to get scalded for talking during the sermon. But I think she handled it really well, to be honest.
Yeah, we've all been there at some point with Dad preaching when we were growing up.
Yep.
Yeah, we've seen the look. We know that look, and we've heard that before. And it usually comes from Mom, though, and that was the scary thing.
Yeah.
Daniel, why are you drawing back there in the back of the church?
Yeah. Chris, why are you reading a book while you're supposed to be recording the sermon upstairs? Yeah.
Writing rap lyrics in the early 90s.
Right. Yeah. That was a lot of fun, though. I love those days. I miss those days. I think as far as the show goes, I think my favorite scene was basically the whole training scene, watching her learn how to use her powers and learning how to actually walk, like use her powers to walk like on air. Basically, it gives her the opportunity to more or less fly. And the one really cool scene I thought was when she kind of stepped off the ledge there, and her friend's holding her, and he's like, "You're gonna have to let go." And she lets go, and she drops like a foot maybe and hits the other roof. I thought that was pretty funny. What was your favorite?
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, that was a great homage to the Black Widow Hawkeye scene in Endgame.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Daniel, what was your favorite scene or?
I think just kind of introducing her world around the festival, which you could see Josh has got the background behind it, all the different kinds of people and stuff. The thing that kind of cracked me up was the name of the Illuminati's aunties, I think is what it was. It just cracked me up. Just they're always gossiping and making up stories and stuff. Is great.
Yeah. I think they could give the Illuminati a run for their money.
Yes.
Yeah, I love how they showed like the individual groups, like you said, Daniel, and they showed like each individual group, and they were calling each one's different things, and uh, so I thought that was really cool too. Josh, how about you? What was one of your favorite scenes, or your favorite scene?
Well, I kind of had two of them. You know, the my first one is that dancing scene where she comes in from hanging out with Cameron and she's singing "Be My Baby," that throwback to Dirty Dancing.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that
that
was
was
really
pretty funny.
cool. But action wise, that scene at the end where the little boy is falling from the tower and she has to step in and save him. I really enjoyed that. The whole her getting to be that superhero and step in and save that kid.
Right, and what was the nickname that they were calling her? I forgot.
Nightlight.
Nightlight, yeah.
Nightlight,
Yeah.
Nightlight, and that's a Easter egg as well. That leans into heavily to another comic. I don't know if you looked that up this week, Josh, but there is some Marvel reference to that as well.
Yeah, they kind of threw it back to Spider-Man: Far From Home when they were calling him Night Monkey.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm gonna throw in a little something extra, Josh, with that dance. A lot of that dance that she was doing is actually heavily inspired by the beginning of Adventures in Babysitting as well.
yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes,
Yeah.
a
Oh yeah.
lot of her
Lovely movie.
coordinations and moves and stuff were from that. I saw somebody online posted about that.
Hey, a little bit of a Marvel kind of fun fact on that movie as well. We had a guy playing Thor, none other than he was a mechanic, but the girl pretty much thought he was Thor. He looked like Thor. It was none other than Vincent D'Onofrio, who is now the Kingpin. So
Yes.
that's a really cool thing there as well. So maybe he's been more than one Marvel character.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, I think that movie is on Disney Plus now. Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
there are two versions. They've done a new
Yes.
version. Have not watched it yet, but nothing like the original. So
No.
we're always going to stick with that original.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, so really good episode this week. I'm excited to see what happens next. One of the things that we saw and was towards the end of the show, we met Cameron's. I guess that would be his mother. Um, and what we're finding out, I think, is that it is actually uh, going to be Kamala's great grandmother, or her grandmother. I'm sorry, her grandmother. What do you guys think about that?
I thought that was a pretty interesting take on it. In the comics, it's actually a different character, but you know, Marvel's done this before, where they take two characters and kind of combine them. You know, in the comics, she's introduced to what becomes the villain of the story, and I think they're kind of leaning that way with this character.
How about
It's
you, Daniel? What did you think?
It's definitely a way to kind of tie it into her family. I think they're kind of moving away from the idea that she's an inhuman, so they're trying to make it more of a familial thing. There is some rumors out there that she might be something more than just another human, but we, it's too much to get into. There's a great Nerdist review about that you can check out and see what they are saying about that. But I like it. I think it's a good way to kind of tie everything in together, give her family more weight and more drama with her family, because you can definitely tell that whatever happened with her grandmother, her mother is really trying to keep Kamala away from that path, but it seems to be coming to her no matter what, and it just makes for great family drama.
Right,
Right.
and it kind of makes me wonder: does the power skip a generation? Maybe her grandmother had it, her mom didn't, and she knows that. I know. I feel like the mom knows that she has the ability. I don't know that she
Well,
has the knows that she has the power yet, but
I I think what the deal is, they said that she was the gauntlet, the bangle, I guess you could say, was actually unlocked the power within her. So maybe even her mother had it, but her mother stayed away from the bangle because apparently something's happened with the grandmother that she just has brought a lot of shame to her that she doesn't want to be involved in and she wants to keep everybody away from. So that it may be even in her mother, but her mother just avoided it because she didn't want to be involved with it.
Yeah, I feel like the bangle is being used as a substitution for Terrigenesis.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I think
so
Marvel
too.
is staying away from the Inhumans, even though you did see that they actually handle Black Bolt in a single scene in a movie better than an entire miniseries on television. They really want to do something with it.
Right, right. And going back to that Inhumans thing, we were so excited for that. And the greatest, one of the greatest characters in there, Black Bolt's wife, her hair is like her superpower, and they cut it like the very first show, and we're like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Why?
that kind of told me where they were going, what kind of show that was going to be the second they did that.
Well, they spent all the money on Lockjaw, so they had no more budget for Medusa's hair.
Well, they had a large budget for like the first two parts, and then just did not have any budget at all for the rest of the show. So, yeah, that was pretty plainly obvious.
It shows what happens when you are given something to run with and you don't have that overview that you have on the Marvel movies now, where they're saying you can do this or you can't do that. This is how it's going to work. So, yeah. So, all in all, like the show, like I said, it was got my attention a lot more the second episode, more so than the first. I will probably go back and watch them both again. Just to get some idea of what I liked, what I didn't like. I enjoyed it. I'm having fun. Thank you for more Marvel. I'm very happy for Marvel that we get more Marvel. So also just a little note here, side note, and I'll let you guys kind of. I heard, I don't know how much of a rumor it was this week. It may just be a rumor, but I heard that we're going to get a Thunderbolts movie, and
it's not a rumor. It's coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've assigned a director, from what I've heard this week.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
They've been building towards it since basically since the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about that because I know kind of everything kind of got messed up because of the pandemic. I think they really wanted to start introducing everything in the Black Widow movie, but they kind of had to do something when they started the Disney Plus show. So,
right, and we probably got half the team there already, if you think about it. Because I mean, we've already got, U.S. Agent, we've got Yelena, we've got, I heard rumors that Abomination would be part of it.
Yeah,
we get Thunderbolt Ross. I even heard possibly Bucky might be part of it too.
Buffy,
you won't be getting Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah. Because William Hurt passed away.
William Hurt passed away, unfortunately. So
I feel like we have Valentina who will cover the Thunderbolt Ross role.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like that's what they're doing, how they're setting her up. She's like the anti Nick Fury, or basically, or the opposite Nick Fury. Okay. So Josh, your thoughts on episode 2 of Miss Marvel?
Overall review, I really enjoyed it. I think the show's really picking up its pace. I kind of wish they had done 2 episodes the first week because I liked the way it built from episode 1 to episode 2, and I feel like it gave a good hook that might bring more people in. One MCU connection that I found in there that was like just a side note, when her and Cameron are eating at that restaurant, they're talking about the Bollywood films, and they bring up Kingo from the Eternals because you remember he was a Bollywood actor. That's what he was doing when he was on Earth. And it was, and I'm probably not going to say his name right, but I'm going to try it, Kamal Nanjiani, and he's the guy who's playing Haja on Obi-Wan right now.
Right, so he's getting all the Disney money right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
he needs to be a Disney princess, and he's got the trifecta.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
He can be Jasmine.
Yeah, there you go.
Daniel, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm definitely enjoying it. Love the world and now everything's building up. It definitely helps to really give some time to the character and her family and her relationship dynamics and things like that. So when, she does get the superpowers, you're really cheering for her and everything. I don't know if anybody's heard how many episodes this is going to be, but I hope it's more than 6 because I feel like this is the series to give a little bit more time to, maybe about 10 episodes, maybe 8, at the least 8. I kind of hope so we can just get a little bit more out of the series. But I'm definitely enjoying it. I think Josh was right when he said that we do need probably putting this one and the first episode together would have given a broader understanding of where the series is going and everything, and probably help. But I'm still enjoying everything a whole lot, so can't wait to see more of this, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of like, Obi-Wan dropped 2 shows right in a row, but now it kind of makes me sad because we're getting ready to hit the end of that show. So stretch it out a little bit more and give us something to look forward, like the old days when we used to watch TV and we didn't have streaming service. Well, that about wraps our time up on this. So keep watching this show. We enjoy it. We're going to keep watching it and keep listening to us. We'll keep reviewing. Leave us some comments, what you liked about the show, what you didn't like, what you'd like to hear us talk about. Hit that like and subscribe button, and ring that bell notification too up there so you know when we have a new video. Josh, you want to tell them about our social?
Check us out on social media at Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, pretty much everywhere. And hey, guys, remember, watch all those credits because there's nice little Easter eggs in them too. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Trust a Bro truck was in the end credits this week from Hawkeye. And you guys, until next time, we will
see you at the shop. Excelsior.